everybody, and welcome to Rise of the Podcast. I'm Jeremy.
I'm Kara.
And I am 3D printing again.
Woo-hoo!
And I'm Brownie.
This episode is filmed in front of a live studio audience.
Yes.
I can actually say audience this time because we usually have one person.
And it's audience,
and I
according
say
to Jeremy.
audience to be really funny. So yeah, we have a live studio.
I wouldn't say really funny. I would say to say words.
We need to do a poll and see if my jokes are funny. Because I think.
Do you want me to open up that can of worms?
Let's do it. How many people are watching right now?
Let some people.
I think we're the only people watching right now.
Of course we are.
Let some people come in and then we'll go.
We only gave people about 30 seconds worth of pre-stream notice. So.
Okay. You hit it and then went right into it.
Yeah, basically. Right. I think there's like 40 seconds worth of countdown left when I hit stream.
Fine.
So
I'm like a half hour.
I bring up studio audience because we were going to get to a project later on that I'm really excited to talk about in just a little bit, but just going to talk about the
couch cushion?
Yeah, yes, the couch cushion. The thing that you use to go get Grogu and pay or get paid for capturing Grogu and turning him into the Republic.
Oh, I was like,
cushion.
Oh yeah, I was very confused until you said.
I was too.
Yeah,
I was like couch cushion Grogu.
I've been trying to talk with my hands. I've been watching. So I love.
You shouldn't. You talk with your hands.
No, I'm trying to talk more. I've probably got in trouble. No. So you guys know how much I love Top Gear, right?
Yeah.
So
no, I don't.
I know, right?
James May has his own show. Jeremy Clarkson has Clarkson Farm. You got James May. He went to Japan and now he's in Italy. So this morning while Kara was getting ready for the day, Chip and I watched James May in Italy. And it's just watching the Italian people all really enjoy life. He's looking for, what did I say? The Dolce
Vita.
Dolce Vita?
I think that's what you said.
The sweet life. It's probably wrong what I'm trying to describe.
Zach and Cody?
Ha! But they have this thing where they have like, the pursuit of, a sweet life or a good life. And he's on a yacht and he's like, I think I'm off the Amalfi Coast. Amalfi Coast. Man, Kara just knows everything. You love Italy.
I do love Italy.
Anyways, he spills his wine and gets all over his trousers and his nice sports jacket. And he's like, nah, this is not it. And then he goes back and his tour guide is sitting by a Vespa and James May steadies him. He's like, oh man, that guy looks like he's just super happy. And he goes, yeah, I'm with my company and my friends and family, and I've got my little Vespa, and just like how much he just enjoys living out. And then I learned the first time ever, because I told the story about the
first time you've ever learned, huh?
The first time ever, that Vespa stands for wasp.
Yeah, you did tell me that this morning.
I did not know that. And then the full car version of a Vespa is named like an Alma or something. It's a bee. So there's the wasp and the bee.
I didn't know Vespa made a car.
It's not a car. It's like
Chris, look it up.
It's like a tuk-tuk, but in Italy.
The Italian for bee is ape.
Look up.
It is. I'm not even kidding.
It's Jeremy.
Look
Italian for bee is ape.
Look up. Maybe it's not but look up Vespa equals wasp or something.
What?
Vespa car.
That's it. A little three tire thing. Is that? That's four tire.
VESPA should mean wasp.
Vespa meaning, maybe? Vespa translation?
Oh, you guys. It's just Vespa means wasp.
There you go. Good job.
But what language? Because it's obviously not Italian.
No, Italian English.
Well, what was ape?
Bee, I told you. Bee is ape.
Oh, well, the Italian version. Oh. I'm now tracking. The Vespa is the thing, and ape is the other one.
Yes.
Being bee.
Yes.
I thought you meant bee and wasp are so similar. I thought you meant that the translation for a Vespa was ape, not wasp.
No. All right. So while we're talking about things, the Star Wars thing we're talking about today is the 10 biggest creature and monster threats of Star Wars.
So since we have this giant Star Wars background, and we started off as a Star Wars podcast, we specifically talk about Star Wars to maintain our relevancy to our initial
our credibility,
our roots.
Yeah.
Our roots.
All right, Chris, what do you got?
All right. Well, so I just wanted to tease that if you wanted to finish your Vespa story.
Oh, what did you do, Kara?
Nothing. I did nothing.
We can see people. Kara redeemed a crazy mouth thingamajiggy that changed my mouth. And did it go to you too?
What's that? Yeah, it goes to Kara too.
And then there's bananas and then bald caps, which don't affect me because I'm already short on hair. I'm already bald. Anyways, I forgot where I was going. B means ape. Did you do that? No, Chris did that.
No, I didn't.
No, Kara did it.
No, I was just talking with my
Tiffany's
hands.
here.
I was talking with my hands. That was the whole point of the
you talking
Italy
about James
story.
May
It was
in
that
Italy.
I'm trying to talk with my hands
Italians
more.
are very passionate, very...
Oh, so James,
Mamma mia, spaghetti Luigi.
he went to learn how to make goat's milk, and his translator told the people making the goat's milk they were doing it wrong, and they got into an argument. It was absolutely incredible. So James May pulls him out, and he's like, it got a little heated in there. What was going on? It was like, oh, it's just in Italy, it's just very important that, you know, we communicate just really raw, and I just think they could have done it better or whatever. And so yeah, his translator was arguing with the goat people on how to make goat's cheese, which was really great. It was so funny. It was so funny. Anyways, all right. So Chris, take us into the Star Wars, and then we're gonna move on to story time.
I have some Dungeons and Dragons stories.
So there's the bald filter, and if I cover my eyes, I can give it to Kara.
Oh, can you?
Oh man. Stuck with the ball. It doesn't do much. But.
You guys see? Okay, I just want to make sure you guys can see too.
Just gets rid of your eyebrows. See? No eyebrow hair.
Oh my god! I hate that so much.
Oh yes, Kara.
I love your mullet.
I got ear hair.
Just like Jeremy.
Jeez.
Oh
it's
my
sad.
gosh,
The older we
okay.
get, like I have to trim these things, otherwise they'd be overgrown. My poor ears.
So since my dad doesn't watch this, I feel like I can totally embarrass him without him finding out. So I've been my dad's personal barber for the last few years because I've cut my own hair since I was in middle school.
Yeah.
And he just gets like a one setting buzz, right? It takes no time at all. But like, so recently he's been demanding that I trim his ear hair as well. I was like, dude, I'm going to see a therapist at some point about this. There's no child should have to trim his dad's ear hair.
At least it's not nose hair.
That's true.
That's coming next.
And so I'm
It'd
gonna
be dangerously close to his mustache.
I'm gonna tie Italy and ear hair together.
Okay.
I was standing in line to go to the Coliseum, and I was behind a dude that had literal bushes coming out of his ears. Bushes. It was like he took cotton balls and he stuck them in his ears, and it's just like.
Well, Italians are known for being on the hairy side.
So you're saying that for the rest of your life, when someone says ear hair, you think of Coliseum Italian
I do.
cotton ball
Forever.
man.
Yep.
That's
Forever.
crazy.
Yep.
Well, and so you guys, before the pandemic started, I used to go to Great Clips or wherever to get my hair cut, and I would just get it cut. Now Kara does it to save money.
Now he comes to awesome cuts.
You don't have to wait in line
He goes
anymore.
to average cuts.
But back in the day when I got my hair cut, as I got older, I didn't realize that no one had ever trimmed my eyebrows. I didn't trim my eyebrows. No one trimmed my eyebrows. They were just crazy eyebrows. And I once had a woman who was cutting my hair, and she got done. She didn't ask. She just did. She just cut my eyebrows. And I'm sitting in a chair going, I'm like, did she just
Shave off my
shave
eyebrows?
off my eyebrows? And she goes, oh, there, isn't that so much better? I hope you don't mind. And I looked at her and I'm like,
Southern Galley.
yeah, she was. She was a Southern gal.
really?
And I was like,
All right.
I don't believe it. I'm like, I actually really appreciate it. I'm like, is that something that I can request? And she says, absolutely. Yep.
And now
So-
I trim his eyebrows for him. We can never remember if we trim with a 3 or a 5.
It's too close of a mistake to make.
So we just err on the side of 5.
You just do a 0.
Right? Just go bzzz, and then it can look exactly like the bald filter.
Even though you guys both
Tiffany
dry
says,
heat, so.
Jody says the brow cut is a game changer.
It is a
Yeah.
game changer.
American Chris Hansen says, hello there. How is everyone? Hello there. How is everyone?
Nice.
Chris, that was a good hello there. General
Hello,
Kenobi.
American Chris Hansen. We're good.
I can't get dropped to work.
That's fine. Take us into Star Wars, and then I've got
Wait, do
enough
we have a
stories.
technical difficulties emote?
No.
We definitely do now.
Oh, we do. Boom. I made it.
And that one got auto approved, but all of the like slight update versions of existing emotes, it's like,
Hey.
oh no, we gotta check those.
Brad is there using it.
I was going to say technical difficulties is thanks to Brad.
So
He
Brad,
requested
if,
Brad's
if that
emote? It
isn't
is
the number
Brad's
one
emote.
emote, Brad, after you've been requesting it for a year, I don't know what to tell you.
Okay, so Brad, here's what I want Chris to do. You know, we got the tangent crystals. I want him to, if we're having a lot of issues, I want there to be a tangent crystal redemption where the whole entire screen goes to looking like that and it says technical difficulties across the whole thing.
I think it'd be great. I think people would do it. And we should have that tone that it does. You know? That beep or whatever it does. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tiffany, I believe that it's mod control only for the voice change, so I went ahead and kicked that on there for you.
So is this, did you do the really deep one or which one did you do?
I think this is a high-pitched one. So I don't know if I told you guys this or not, but when I was messing around with the pilot one, it's supposed to sound like you're talking like in a cockpit or whatever. I forgot that Ryan and I were playing with it before the podcast and made it sound like the National Weather Service, like an alert voice or whatever, which is completely unintelligible when we're using it. So there's like several 2-minute chunks where you just have no idea what we're saying.
You made Tiffany's day. She just said you're the best, Chris.
It's like the adults in Peanuts.
Wah, wah,
In Charlie Brown.
wah,
Yeah,
wah.
except like really annoying and like robot sounding like.
It's probably because we
Talk too fast.
It might be. Hey, our voices are normal again. Brad says, or just make cracks in the screen and the beep at the start.
There you go.
That's true. That's true.
All right, are we ready to get into the top 10 like scariest monsters of Star Wars?
Yes.
Sure. Let's do it.
All right, should I pull up that list thing that I've been using? or-
Yeah.
Do it. Pull it
It's
up.
nice having that as a visual.
Okay, so this is going to be full of, this is like the planets that mattered the most or something. So.
I did.
And we got rid of them.
Oh,
Yes, you're reading that.
stream crashed.
Brad?
Uh-oh. Not actual crash.
Oh,
but
no.
That crashed.
Hey,
It'll be a shame if somebody doesn't tip or do another redeem. Otherwise, it'll just stay crashed forever. What a shame. What a shame.
Chris, I did get some feedback from maybe a certain someone around here that Hoth could have been on the list, Chris.
But Hoth could have been on the list, but then what would we have kicked off? Camino?
Probably Camino.
Yeah. I mean, that is where the clone... I mean, without Camino, though, the Clone Wars would never have started.
Oh, do you not like the chipmunk filter, Brad? Is that offensive to your better senses?
Poor Bradsworth. We're normal again, aren't we?
Normal voice, but
Yeah.
we're still.
I mean, we're not normal
still,
people. Oh.
Quote unquote crashed. So
All right.
somebody has to redeem something or cheer or do something, otherwise the stream will never be unfrozen.
It's still there and I redeemed. Oh, there it is. Okay.
I have to manually.
Now I'm a banana.
You are a banana.
Oh, all right. I'm excited for these beasts.
Cam, thank you for the cheer. I
Hey.
appreciate it.
Is Cam here?
He is here.
Cam,
Yeah.
Cam, by the way, I have to fight you because we both dibsed the #1 piece of Beskar, and I got real sad when it got promised to you.
But
But I think I got the better one coming. I get the prototype.
that's right.
So I'm getting 0 of 0. And as you know, if you can divide by 0, you win.
I'm telling you, there's that much. And we're going to talk about that.
Taco.
I'm excited because I was going through the list of who wants them. I've been going through people's feelers. There's a banana.
Going through people's feelers.
And putting my feelers out there to see people's interest in this project. And it's like we have Gabe and Frankie. We have people who watch from California, Georgia, Puerto Rico. And-
Occasionally over in England.
That's right. Yeah, Vocal, which
Yeah.
he was streaming earlier today.
He was this morning
Yeah,
at
he was-
like, I think my alarm went off at 6:30 or my notification that he was streaming. I was like, that is far too early for me. Thank you.
I would imagine
Brad says, stay out of my feelers.
I'll put my hands in people's feelers.
I got my
alright.
eyes in everybody's fingers.
And his pulse is on the heartbeat of the internet.
Yep.
I have a shirt about that. All right, Chris, Beasts of Star Wars.
Okay.
Okay, so number 10. Again, like we might end up re-ranking this, we might not. The number 10 scariest monster in Star Wars. The Wampa.
I'm gonna already think he should be higher on the list, but I'll keep
Same.
waiting to see what comes up next.
Like, I
If
mean,
Millennium
did you
Falcon is number 1.
what?
The Millennium
The
Falcon
Millennium
number one.
Falcon is number 1.
Oh my gosh. You guys are ridiculous. Like, it could be anything. It could be a character in a ship.
Oh,
and a
he said also
monster.
from Maryland. American Chris Hansen is watching from
Oh,
Maryland.
Maryland, there
now
we
we
go.
know. Now
Yep.
we know. Chris, this actually ties well into the game we had planned.
That is why I did it.
Solid.
Nicely done.
Solid.
So number 9, any guess what it is based on that?
Rancor.
The Rancor.
This list
How
is
are
backwards.
these two at the bottom?
This is backwards list.
Unless 10 is scariest and it goes down from there. What the heck?
Well, I already have beef with number 8.
Okay, well, go for it.
Rathtars?
The Rathtar.
Those weren't introduced until 7.
I don't think Rathtar would be on
It's
the
a
list.
meatball that can eat you.
With tentacles.
I would put Gundark above Rathtar. And all they do...
Right, thank
It's
you very
nothing.
much. It chewed the power cable.
Well, those are Minox.
Minox, you're right.
yeah.
I've never seen one. Hello, also fellow Chris.
Who? What?
Oh, Chris Hansen is talking to me.
Oh.
You just don't pay attention. All right. Number 7. Oh, I don't even know.
What is it?
I'm just trying to see if there's. Okay.
Acklay? I mean, I've heard it, but
Oh, the Acklay. That's the green ant from episode 2.
It's that thing.
the thing that I cannot
it's like
beat
a
in
big,
territory
nasty
battle to save my
spider.
life.
Is it technically Acklay or is it all 3? Acklay, Nexu, and Reek. Did they?
How? What? They have names? Is that what that is? Or?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, no. The 3 of them are always lumped together. So
Yeah,
the Neku's,
they are lumped together. So what's a Rexu and a Leek there?
So-
Next to a Reek.
So the Reek is the one with the horn that looks like a rhino. And then the Neku is the one cat that scratches Padme.
I'm beginning to realize that Star Wars has a thing for rhino creatures.
Because it looks like a lot like a mudhorn.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
And then the Acklay, is the bug that Obi-Wan cuts.
I am shocked you know this.
Why would I not know that?
I mean,
I didn't know it. I didn't know it.
I'd heard the name, but I couldn't tell you what creature it was.
I've definitely.
Jeremy is secretly his favorite monster, or his favorite movie is
Episode 2?
Clone Wars.
Episode
There's nothing
2.
wrong with that, even if it was. But I can hear the Acklay screech when Obi-Wan is fighting him. Like that. Like I can't do Star Wars sounds, but
That was nice, Jeremy.
the
That was real
It
nice.
sounded like a 25 horsepower
speaking
Johnson
of which,
motor.
so you know how Obi-Wan does like the lightsaber twirl and then does like the
It
point?
looked like you're trying to Spider-Man.
Well, he does the. I don't have a lightsaber. I need it, to like.
There's 2 sitting right over there.
Well, anyways, I saw just
They're behind
today on Reddit a scene where Anakin was walking up while they were filming, and maybe the new Mando, and he was spinning his sword, and he hit poor Hayden Christensen right between his legs.
Oh, no.
It was really funny. He
Ewan
dropped-
McGregor did?
Yeah, he bonked him because he wasn't paying attention. And he was spinning. So
Right in the twins.
that's right. How
got,
appropriate for
we got
Anakin.
Luke and the Leia.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Anyway.
Okay, so number 6. If you know what this is, Jeremy, I will give you some respect.
If you put in a Z, I'll be happy.
Nope.
I
Krykna?
do not know what that is.
So here's what the description says.
Wait, there's not a picture?
There is a picture, but I'm going to give you the description
Oh,
first
okay.
to see if you can
Okay.
tell me what it is. Seen first in Rebels, in The Mandalorian, Chapter 10, The Passenger. Seen first in Rebels, that's the first sentence. In The Mandalorian, Chapter 10, The Passenger, these spider-like creatures attack Din Djarin and the child on the ice planet of Maldo Kreese.
They're the spiders?
Spiders from the ice.
Like, that's number 1 for me. I'm sorry. That's disgusting.
So
hate
here, I didn't
spiders.
remember that they existed until I read that description. So
But then you do remember from the episode.
I do, and it's a scary episode.
But that's the one I felt super bad because Grogu's eating all the ladies' reptilian eggs.
Yeah, what a jerk.
Sitting munching them.
He's
all
like, oh, let me just kill your whole family real quick for lunch.
oh man, what are we gonna do with that little guy?
Oh, Grogu.
Brad clipped the high pitch filter version of us for some reason.
Oh, did he? I'm glad he didn't
So we can hear how
do
wretched
my
we sound?
Acklay sound effect.
Oh, we should have done high pitch of that.
No.
All right.
Number 5,
There's your Z.
Zillow Beast. That's number 1 for me.
Oh, I love
It's
the
not even
Zillow
scary,
beast.
though.
No, but he's got bulletproof, lightsaber-proof
he's just
armor.
misunderstood. He just wants to be left alone, and Palpatine is exploiting him for his armor.
Yep.
All right.
I love the Zillow Beast. He's not scary to me. He's just a poor, misunderstood lizard.
I think he was overrated.
I loved him. He was so nice.
All right. Brad says that I need to play that clip because it's a trap. So now give me 1 second to play this clip.
Do we trust Brad?
Brad Smith.
That is a good clip, Brad. That is a good clip.
All right, I guess I have to listen to it later.
It's a. He called it high pitch filter because it's when you were like, I'm shocked that you know that. And Jeremy was like, how would I not know that? And he's like, it's so hard.
So now clips that he clipped that, right?
He did.
So that will appear on the page.
Yeah, when we're done with the stream, I just need to like approve the clip and it'll go out.
So at any given point, they can just hit a button. Anybody watching can hit a button and it like records. You can set like the last 10 to 30 seconds, and then it posts it to your page for you, and so you can save your cool video moments just highlighted. So if you want to see it from their perspective, once the show's over, it'll be on the front page of the Twitch stream, which is kind of fun.
All right, do you know what this is? That's it.
Sando? I don't know. It sounds rough and coarse and gets all over everything.
Isn't it the thirst mutilator? It's what plants crave.
That's Brondo.
Oh, Brondo.
So you definitely know what this is. I'm going to say there's always a bigger fish.
That's that one?
The really, really big fish that just like...
That is terrifying. That thing is incredible.
As a kid, yes.
Sando Calrissian, the fourth scariest monster in Star Wars, apparently.
It is terrifying. Just, yep.
That joke takes all of his scariness away from me.
Just the name?
Yep. No, there's always a bigger
specifically
fish.
your joke.
No, the joke that Qui-Gon makes with there always being a bigger fish.
Got it. And it's not going after them, it's going after the bigger fish.
I'm surprised this is number 3. Just kidding.
Sarlacc.
Oh man, the Sarlacc. What an interesting relationship.
I don't know. I mean, the idea of being digested for 1,000 years is absolutely terrifying. Granted, you'll die long before that, but...
Unless somehow it keeps you alive for 1,000 years.
The Sarlacc.
Maybe that's how Palpatine. There's a Sarlacc inside of the energy core.
Well, what they did, they took some of the Sarlacc venom or whatever, or the acid in its guts, and they narrowed it down to some sort of anti-aging cream for Palpatine.
Maybe she's bored with it. Maybe it's Palpatine.
Yes.
The Sarlacc pit for me suffers the same, as the original trilogy. George Lucas remade it, right? So our first thing, it didn't have the beak. When we first saw it, it didn't have the beak.
It was literally just a pit.
Yeah, it was just a pit, and then you just had like the claws, and then the thing grabbed Lando. And then we go to Galaxy's Edge, and they have like a 3D model, and you see the below of it.
It looks hilarious.
Then
it looks like a potato with like...
Or a roasted chicken.
Yeah.
Underground. Sand chicken.
Yeah.
And then you see it in Book of Boba Fett, which was cool, and Boba Fett gets out of it.
Yep.
But it's not scary to me. It's a cool creature. I would like switch that and Wampa or Rancor.
Yeah, I agree. I'd agree with that.
It definitely does look like a potato.
See, I told you, a potato.
I'm getting like chicken or...
I can see how these look like chicken legs, sort of, but...
So it's like...
It's a potato that mutated with a chicken. It's a chick-tato.
A picken?
The old chick-tato. I gotta clear some of these things here. That all of those have been redeemed. Okay. Little maintenance there. All right, so that was number 3. Number 2, you guys know what this is.
Exogorth?
It's not Exegol?
No, that's a planet.
Oh, no, I said, is it on Exegol?
Oh, no.
I don't know what that is, though, based off the name.
If you showed me a picture, I'd probably know.
Oh,
it's the moonworm thing?
Yep, it is the crater worm.
but they fly right out of it. That
It's
thing
not
isn't even that big.
scary.
You're safe enough to land
I
in
would
it.
move Wampa and Rancor up and Exegorth and Sarlacc down.
I do like Sando and Exogorth.
Sando, I agree. I mean, I know you said there's always a bigger fish, like, takes the scary away from you, but, like, look at that thing. It's got, like, some ripped old body that's going to eat literally anything that comes in his way.
It's an underwater rancor, basically. It's an underwater fish that doesn't swim.
That's true.
It's like, it's just so weird to me.
But it will
It's like,
kill you anyways.
I'm going to evolve bipedal motion underwater. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Unless like a rancor was like, I'm going swimming and just never came back out of the water. I don't know.
Give us number 1. What was most important?
What do you think the scariest monster is?
I'm trying to think what's left.
Oh, we got a wheel
Who
spin.
got a wheel
Is that
spin?
you? Oh, and it's
Cam.
Cam.
All right, should I spin it before we figure out the last one? Should we do the last one? Did I spin?
Spit it and then we'll talk
Okay.
about the last one. You guys know what this is. You've talked about it before.
I'm sure. Ready?
Yep. The tension is palpable.
Oh.
Is that charades?
Charades.
Interesting.
Yeah, charades.
Interesting is right.
All right, so
I like that
Cam,
we're getting ones that we haven't gotten before.
Oh no, Cam got Pictionary last time, didn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
And he made me draw the strongest shaped lighthouse.
All right.
Are we doing number 1 and then charades, or charades and then number
Yeah, we'll do
Well,
number
Cam
1.
needs to give Chris what he wants him to
Yeah,
charades.
DM me on Discord, Cam, and or no, yeah, DM me, and then I'll have Jeremy act it out for Kara.
Oh, I like that. That's hilarious. All right.
Oh, good morning, Swanky.
Hello, Swanky.
Swanky. I want to show Swanky to this project here.
All right, so the letter K doesn't help you.
No.
Oh, is it the dragon? The
Crate dragon?
crate dragon.
Crate
Dragon.
Scariest
As seen
monster.
in Mandalorian. Not able to eat. But I remember that game or that beast from the Knights of the Republic.
Yeah.
You can go find one on Tatooine and find the bones of one even back then. A
Okay.
pretty cool beast, but it's just, again, I suffer from nostalgia. And so it's like, to me, Wampa, Rancor are two of the coolest. I know it's not coolest.
It's scary. Which one of these would you least want to run into in the wild?
Rancor.
I mean, after seeing the Rancor
So
scene
so I'll say Crate Dragon Rancor Wampa.
Yeah.
That's like
there you go. Mm-hmm. I see. I'm not going to run into Sando.
You're not going to go deep sea diving?
Not with Jar Jar Binks. I mean, that's how they got down there, right? They had to go way down
Here's
to
the
where
thing.
it lives.
If you go deep sea diving with Jar Jar Binks, you just add some weights to his scuba gear.
Kara.
Nobody's going to miss him.
Some people might. Jar Jar Binks, I will never forget.
If it wasn't for Jar Jar Binks, Palpatine would never have gained control
he
of the
is
Senate.
comedic relief for younger kids. The whole scene where he gets his
so
cum
maybe
stuck,
Jar Jar Binks is supposed to be number 1 on this list.
but the whole thing is,
Mudhorn
Speed.
I think is scarier than some of these things.
who came up with one?
I think the Mudhorn is scarier than some of these things.
Yeah, absolutely. Again, would you rather
I
run into a
was- so
mudhorn
we're-
or come upon a Sarlacc pit? You think the thing's gonna grab you?
Right,
or
that's the thing. Like, I'd rather
Also,
Mudhorn runs
Sarlacc
down.
pit is like quicksand. It's like if you know what you're looking for, you can avoid it.
Right.
Mudhorn, if it sees you and you're not
That's
the
it.
child, you're done.
Yep.
And I don't care how delicious the eggs are.
Those silly beasts.
I think Sith Jar Jar Binks is the scariest beast. Have you guys
believe that
seen?
rumor?
No, but have you seen the picture of Sith Jar Jar
Yeah.
Binks?
It looks pretty. He looks
is
messed up.
Terrifying.
They did a good job. Whoever
They
did that.
it is scary as heck. That's all I'm gonna say.
So, do we want to re-rank these, or do we want to just move on from this?
Well, Exegorth and Sarlacc, I would definitely put way down. Sando, drop below. I don't know, above the Rathtar, but below the Accolade
All
next.
right,
and
so I think
Reek.
we're gonna go what? Rancor.
Yeah.
Wampa.
Yep, I'm liking that.
I'd probably put. I would put the Mudhorn like here.
yeah.
But you're getting. Would you? Are you gonna get rid of
I
what?
would get rid of Rathtar because like
Okay.
that. I don't care about that.
There you go. So put like Sando there or something.
I would probably like. I'm just cursely. I'm
And
gonna
why
put-
did the Acklay, Nexu, and Reek get paired together? Those kind of deserve their own.
I think because
I
they're
agree.
all they show up, but you only ever see them in that one spot.
Yeah, I suppose.
I already forgot what some of the other ones were.
It was the.
Oh, so we need Sarlacc Pit again. I
Yep.
mean, I think Sarlacc Pit's probably like here.
That works.
And then the other one was. There's a bug on me.
What's the other ones we got here? Zillow Beast, Sando. Okay, I gotta go up. More Rathtar. Nope, you're off the list. Rancor, Wampa.
What did we forget up there?
What did we miss? Krykna's still on there. I think that's appropriately placed. That big spider.
Yeah.
Oh,
Drawing a blank, Chris?
Exegorth.
Oh, there you go. The Exegorth. Yep.
There we go. That's our list, I think.
Yep. I agree. Because like
The Exegorth and the Sarlacc Pit are both basically they're similar things. You have to be in a very specific circumstance to be in
Yeah.
any danger from those.
Yes.
I would say arguably so to the Zillow Beast because it's like there's the one of them, and if you're not bringing it to Coruscant,
That's true.
It's not gonna mess with you.
Well, like you said, he was a nice guy.
He
He's just
was
misunderstood.
nice, just misunderstood.
I'll let him be there, I guess. And then Sando, like Jeremy's saying, is like if you're not swimming around on Naboo, you're not gonna have any problems.
It's true. Now, are Rancors whole, like, native to Tatooine then?
I don't know where
You know who didn't make the list?
Who?
Umi, the thing that grabbed Luke.
Omi?
In the trash compactor scene.
She's not scary.
She could have been to anybody who watched the New Hope.
Luke, I'm sure she was. Luke, Han, Chewie.
Rancors are from Dathomir.
Leia.
Wait, isn't that where the Night Sisters are from?
Rancors
Yes.
are from Dathomir.
Yep.
Interesting. Huh. The more you know.
So that makes him even more terrifying to me since they're all like witches and crazy creepies over there.
Yep.
All right, any chat to catch up on?
Dathomir is just like the last place I want to go to.
Yeah, seriously.
Did that make the top 10 most important planets list? That could have been on there
I think
too.
it did. I think we did put Dathomir on there.
So Tiff said that Jody was always freaked out by the Salamiri. I
Which one's that one from? I'm horrible with names of things.
don't know. I'm Googling
Salamiri?
it now.
And then what did Cam say? He said, don't forget the what?
Yuuzhan Vong. I'm going to look this up now.
Chris is, I think.
Oh, it's like a lizard. It's this thing.
What were those on? Endor?
They're
Dagobah?
planet Merkur.
What movie were they in?
These are legends.
Oh, okay.
So
Well, way to drop some sweet Legends knowledge on us there, Jody.
I need to read more of the Legends books.
Well, they were canon until the
Well, I
Disney
know.
bottom. Yeah.
Well, didn't Disney decanonize them because they killed off Chewie?
Well, yeah. They
could have
did
picked and chosen.
They just completely whacked
And they
it.
might still. They might be like, okay, we're going to recanonize this because the story's awesome and we're going to...
Well, for example, Thrawn only existed in canon. Or in Legends, and then they brought him back from Legends into canon.
Yep.
But that's just getting real nerdy. That was a fun list.
I
Okay,
like
so
that
we
list.
have... so no more chat to catch up on?
No, yeah. So yeah, Tiff just said old world books. Thrawn kept a bunch. So Yuuzhan and Vong, those are from the Young Han Solo trilogy, right?
Oh.
I believe that they're on Kessel, and they're like they can suppress the Force around them. I believe.
No way.
I need to check that. I
Somehow
could be
that
completely
sounds-
wrong.
Somehow that sounds familiar to me, whether it's in a book I've read or...
Yuuzhan Vong, are also called the Chosen Race, blah, 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 and sometimes incorrectly, blah, blah, blah. A nomadic extragalactic sentient species that nearly destroyed the New Republic and responsible for the death of a lot of people.
Wow.
Are a few aliens. Oh, they originate from outside of the Star Wars galaxy.
Oh. That's
They
where
resemble a
Thrawn's from,
human.
then.
They were taller and heavier than the average human. They were religious zealots who viewed mechanical technology as blasphemy.
So not creatures necessarily.
Their technical innovations were genetically engineered and purely organic. They deeply respected pain to the point of masochism and strove to improve their physical capabilities through organ grafting. Such grafting was a status symbol. Most notably, they were unable to be sensed through the Force.
Interesting.
So yeah, I'm 99% sure that there's one when Han's on Kessel and trying to escape. There's a Yuuzhan Vong there that.
So
is, like, running the show.
Palpatine may have figured out how they suppress the Force or whatever because he was able to fly under the radar for so long.
Well, I think they established that like Luke disconnected himself from the Force. Like, so I think like Palpatine could have done something similar. Where
Man, he whipped that back out like that though.
Yeah. Who
It
knows?
wasn't any Kenobi stuff like, I'm not sure. It was like,
Hey, you leave Kenobi out of this.
I'm just saying.
Love that show.
A great show.
The
Great
dark
show.
side is easier to get powerful with.
It's
Did
easy to get angry.
Cam send you the charade prompt.
He told me I could pick.
Oh, you can pick.
So, give me 1 second here.
I can text Jeremy. Or does he have to come over there and you whisper in his ear?
He'll just come over here.
All right, I'll come over there.
All right. Have fun. Yeah, somebody put Jeremy on timeout.
Okay, so we're gonna do. Let's do this.
So I just have to get her to say that word by acting it out.
Yep, you can't say anything.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put 2 minutes on the clock.
That's more than enough time.
Yeah, famous
That is
last
more
words.
than enough time.
All right.
How
go.
long do you give him? 2 minutes?
Yep.
Where am I gonna be in? And I've got plenty of time.
All we can see is
You
Jeremy's.
can just stand like over there.
I'll stand over here.
Yeah, that's good.
People probably want to see on the TV.
All right, go ahead.
All right.
One word. Hammer and nail? Hammer? Just hammer?
That was too easy, apparently.
I told you I didn't need 2 minutes.
What was it? Just like a random picker thing type? Or
Yeah,
what?
I picked easy charade words.
Oh, sure. Do difficult. I want a rematch. Do difficult.
Okay, fine. Difficult charade words.
Oh, boy.
Here we go. That's your new word.
All right, fine.
Did you say, all right, fine? You chose this. Nobody is forcing this on you.
All right, clock
You
has
chose
started.
it.
All right. This is hard.
Okay. One word. You cannot use anvil, sweat, proud.
Whoa, my God! I can't believe it! I can't believe
Who
it.
wants me on their charades team?
You got that faster than hammer and nail. Jeremy also wasted a bunch of time at the beginning of hammer.
Oh, my goodness. Woo.
Jeremy puffing his chest, and I'm used to seeing that.
Oh, Jeremy's proud of something again. What'd you do? Mow the lawn? Go to the bathroom?
Good job.
Mow
He
the bathroom,
went
go to
potty
the
and wiped
lawn.
his bum without me.
Kara's
my
used to
goodness.
seeing the pride. So we have another game, but I think we'll wait a little bit. But it's fun because it ties into
Monsters.
monsters. So Kara and I, let's take a recap on our day. We were running errands, we're running around, and we go to Target. And there's board games. We just love.
This
board games.
was
It was the day I go to
This was all Jeremy. This was all Jeremy. Oh, did you bring the card?
What card?
What card? The one we're super excited about.
What card?
The Pokemon card?
No, I didn't bring it. No, that's put away.
We could have showed it off. I don't
No,
know.
we could have showed it off. We could have showed it off. Okay, we'll not leave you in the dark. We'll just I'll continue on the story. So Kara goes to get coffee. That's why we ran by there really quick.
Yep.
And so she's getting coffee. Me and Chip go back. We look at the Hot Wheels.
What's up, Brian?
Didn't see anything in the Hot Wheels that we wanted to get. Okay, nothing this week. And so as I'm walking out, I see a board game that I knew Kara would love. It's like
actually
Wingspan,
super cool.
but with
Where is it?
plants. Yeah, put it back.
Oh, fine.
It's
called
like Wingspan, but yeah, Plant Span. Just kidding, right? And so amazing attention to detail. Like, this game went above and beyond for the price point it was at for attention to detail. So if you grow plants.
It's got plant cards that you get. You need to collect water and sunlight and plant food. And the suns are like real. They're not just like wooden or cardboard tokens. They're real like resin printed see-through yellow suns,
The
blue water
little
drops.
water
and each
drops
one
are
comes in
clear
an
resin,
individual
yeah.
So you
burlap
like
bag.
tactile tokens.
Yes.
That's
Yes.
Jeremy's thing.
I like aesthetically pleasing things, and I
The-
think Jeremy knew that. I'm definitely form over function, and Jeremy's definitely function over form. So he really thought about me on this one.
So even the scorecard, right? Like the book, instead of just putting it in there, they put it in a manila envelope, and it looks like a
seed packet.
Like a seed packet.
Oh, funny.
And then anyway, so that game looks really fun. I was like, oh, Kara's got to have this.
Yep.
Well, then the other game Kara likes that we were introduced to by our friends Mimi
Oh
and
my
Josh,
gosh.
was Villainous. And Villainous has all these Disney characters, and you play as a bad guy, Jafar, Ursula.
You play as Scar, Ursula, Jafar.
They came out with a
lots of-
Star Wars one finally, so we're like, oh,
Yep.
Star Wars.
You can
Villainous.
play as
Grievous,
Vader,
Dooku.
Grievous, Dooku, Moff Gideon, and who was the last one?
I don't remember,
There's one more.
but the box is just absolutely incredible.
Chris, you might like Villainous.
It sounds interesting.
Like you play as the villain, but you have your own set of objectives to get
So
to.
like Vader might be retrieve the Death Star plans. Might be your goal as when you play as the Hook villain, you have to capture Peter Pan?
I think so.
You got to capture. So you got to
You
like.
don't have to go and kill the crocodile.
No,
Right.
that might be like a sub. There's like usually like 3 sub goals, then 1 big goal.
So are you all playing as villains against each other, or is it everyone else is the good guys and one person is the
no,
villain?
Everybody's a villain,
trying to
and
meet their goal.
And you can kind of mess with other people, like putting blocks on them, so like they can't do certain things, and that really prevents them from moving forward. And it's good. And they've got, I think, like 5 expansions now.
Interesting.
Then, to wrap it all up, and the whole reason why these whiteboards are in front of us is because we found one called Monstrosity. Huh? Like a monstrosity. Monstrosity. So Chris is going to pretend like he got mugged by a monster. He will then draw a card, and having only 20 seconds to memorize it, and then give us some. He would describe that. That is just an example.
So this is one that we did a couple of practice rounds earlier.
A practice ones early. And then Kara and I are going to act like police sketch artists and then try to draw them out.
So I don't think we're going to go just yet because I have a story about my day that I want to tell.
Yeah. So anyways, so I saw that and so it was just board game day today. It just like had to get these board games. And anyway, and then the whole thing Kara's talking about, we got a pack of Pokemon Go cards and Kara pulled a $50 Rainbow Mewtwo.
Rainbow, foil, Mewtwo. It is amazing. V-Star.
Kara,
It's
it just made her
amazing.
day. You should have heard her in the car. She was very
I'm
excited.
surprised
was
it's not
great.
already listed on eBay.
It's
It
gonna
needs
be.
to be
It's
because
gonna be.
Make the money back.
Yep.
All right, Chris, story.
All right, so Tim recently, like I don't know if you've met Tim or not, but he's a buddy of mine. I've known him for a million years.
Sound Tim?
What's that?
Sound Tim?
Yeah.
Yep.
And so he, like, within the last like month or so, sold his house in Duluth and actually moved to Cloquet. Like he lives probably about a block away from where Eric grew up.
Okay.
So he's on 23rd Street. So like if you're on whatever, he's very, very like if you tried real hard, you could throw a rock from one house to the other. I don't know why you would. There'd be window damage possibilities, but you could.
So stone's throw, as you'd say.
Yeah, it's a literal stones.
As the crow flies, my man.
As the crow throws stones. So I've gone over there a couple of times to sort of check it out, like when they first like moved it. So actually, funny side story. Tim is obsessed with his refrigerator. He has he's always just had like a normal fridge before,
Okay.
so this one has built-in ice and water.
Yeah.
And he cannot get over how much he loves this refrigerator.
It is the small things for the Vita Dolce.
He's like, this is the best part of this house. It's like, you could have just bought that fridge and not moved.
Seriously.
Saved yourself $300,000 or whatever.
I mean,
but-
growing up, when my friends had ice and water in their fridge, like that was for rich people.
I feel like it's still for rich people. None of my fridges have that.
I
Ours
only
doesn't
say
either. We've got ours from like what?
because it's weirdly
the
relevant.
90s, 80s.
In the episode I watched this morning, James May said all he wants as he gets older is a fridge with Met Makes Ice. So apparently that really is the thing to have. So
the
Tim
creature
lives
comforts.
by, and now he's got this nice fridge.
So I've been over there a couple times, just sort of like hanging out. I can't for the life of me remember the movie, but like we did like a movie night over there, whatever. And so like while we're like talking and stuff, like I play D&D, he's played in the past, but like it's really hard to get like a consistent group of people together.
Yeah.
So then he was asking me, he was like, hey, it's like, do you want to come over on Saturday maybe and play? And it's like Saturdays obviously aren't a great day for me to go out and do stuff because we've got this going on. So, and then Sunday, I was like, I might have had to do a work thing maybe, and that didn't end up being a thing. And then Jim's been trying to get me to do his D&D thing, and then we're going to go out and do the drone stuff with the Corvette.
Yep.
So I was like, well, Sunday's not really great. And he was like, well, what about tonight? Right, which was last night, Friday night. And I was like, sure. Like, I was like, let's do it. So we go over there, and we're just doing, it was just sort of like, we were doing a one-shot, and it wasn't D&D. It was a different game called Slayers, I believe.
Okay.
Mechanically very similar. It's a
No.
tabletop
Never
RPG.
mind.
All the same role play elements and stuff. Like the die roll are a little bit different. And then instead of like D&D, you can full on, I just whacked the crap out of this camera. You can full on, like, you choose everything about your character. This has like pre-built classes, right?
Yep.
So it's like we kind of looked at like the person who's running it sort of described each of the classes. So the one that I was drawn to was called, so there's, okay, like, I can't remember the other one's called. There's one that's like sorcerer basically, and then there's a tactician, there's a gunslinger. And notice that I didn't do this around any of those.
Yep.
There's one that's called a doctor,
Oh, funny.
right? And it's a witch doctor, or I'm sorry, it's a plague doctor, right? That's like what the character thing looks like.
Like with the beak and
yeah, but it's not
okay.
called the Plague Doctor. It's called the Doctor,
Funny.
right? And I was like, I obviously need to play the Doctor, right?
No, you need to play the doctor.
The Doctor, and then like you have to come up with your name. So I named like other people name themselves. I named myself Watson.
Watson.
So I was Dr. Watson.
Funny.
And then because the doctor's in quotation marks, I just in any situation, if there was an applicable type of doctoring to do, so it's like veterinarian, like medical doctor, like first responder thing, whatever, and then like psychoanalyzing people like a therapist or whatever. I was doing all that, so like I had no idea what I was going to be playing, and immediately started being like, "Oh, very good. Tell me about your childhood, so I can whatever." Like, so I was doing all the I ended up doing this weird German accent for this whole thing, which I was not planning on doing. While I was
That's
RPing this guy.
hilarious.
And so, and their ability is like you give people plague die, right? And it's just like damage or healing over time, depending on whatever. So it's like it was an interesting like hybrid class. But it was super, super fun, and it was a fun game. And it was like I just like the whole like doctor and quote things is like just sort of like the small story. The funniest part of this whole game. So we go to this city, and like the conceit of the whole thing is like the entire world is this one giant city, basically, right? And then districts will disappear and reappear in different places.
Okay.
So this new district that nobody's ever seen before has just appeared recently, and there's like cult activity going on there. So slayers are kind of like witchers. They're hired out to go and deal with monsters, right?
Okay.
So our group gets hired to go and deal with these monsters. Or these cultists, I mean. So we go out there, and he's like, okay, so it's really foggy. It's really hard to see anything, blah, 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 blah. And we end up kind of like walking around and finding these series of like burned down, and not completely burnt down, but like burned churches, right?
Okay.
It's like, okay, obviously these are these cultists, and
We learn this like the cult of the disjointed hand, and they're running around and blah blah blah, destroying all these other things. And so then he's like, you guys notice in the distance an orange glow. So you're like, oh, maybe they're burning down another church. So we go running over there. And he's like, you notice that it's not a church, it's just a giant tavern, right? And you can see this orange glow emanating from the top of it, right? We're like, oh, interesting, like through the lights or whatever. He's like, no, it's like through the top of the building, there's this orange glow emanating. We go in, and there's a huge bonfire in the middle, right? And all these people, it's like regular tavern, otherwise with a giant bonfire in the center. And so we're like now in like investigation mode, like talking to people, looking to see if we can find any information with these cultists. And one of our players was having a few too many beverages, and she was like the spellcaster. So she tries to our tactician is like trying, he's like in Zen mode, trying to like take in all the information, because like that's what his class does. He can like basically.
How many of there were you playing?
what's that?
How many people were playing?
5.
Five
Nice.
people.
So he's like I love the way that he RPs his stuff, role plays his stuff. So he's just sitting there like silent, like just taking in all the information because he's got to make his tactical decisions, right?
Yep.
So then the sorcerer lady was like, thought that there was something wrong with him, so she tries to heal him. Well, her spell backfires and freezes her. So he's like standing completely still, observing the information, and then she is frozen, like their spell backfires, so she's actually frozen next to him. So it looks like a couple of like mimes basically like standing next to each other. So, and I was like, hold on a second. So this bar that we're at, or this tavern that we're at, it has no roof, right? It's just letting this flame go out through the top, right? It's like, yeah, so it's like you could say that this is a topless bar that we're at, right?
Funny.
And I was like,
Oh my gosh.
So then out of character, I was like, hey, Clam, do you ever see two mimes fighting each other in a topless bar? Which I think is a completely original sentence that has never been uttered
said before, right?
So two mimes fighting each other in a topless bar was
Oh
the
my
absolute
gosh.
like pinnacle moment of this experience. And then I failed the deception thing. I was trying to like walk around and see if I could see the like these cultists have a tattoo on their hand.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm going to subtly look around and try and see if I can see any of these tattoos. And I rolled a 1, right? The critical failure, right?
Yep.
So now I was like, okay, so the doctor is going up and just picking up people's hands and like shoving them in his face and looking at them. And then like people were getting mad. And I was like, don't you worry about it. It's just a free health checkup. It's a complimentary of the tavern, and then like trying to deceive my way through. And then we get thrown out of the bar because I'm like grabbing people's hands and looking at them.
I mean, if a dude came out to me, grabbed my hand, and was like looking at it, I'd be like,
A dude
Not
in a Plague Doctor's mask.
Yeah, I would nope out of there.
There's
so
a lot of
fast.
people that are upset about it, but yeah, 2 mimes fighting at a topless bar.
So here's what's fun about. So it's you'd say would that be like a D&D style game?
Yeah, it's a tabletop RPG. It's just not Dungeons and Dragons.
It's really fun, the interaction or the situations you can end up into in these games. So did Tim like DM that game?
No, it was a different person. Tim was playing the tactician.
Got it.
I will say, if I were to ever play a D&D type game, I feel I would play as Mabel from Gravity Falls.
So and like I have a tendency to to act in a way that is like just attempting to be funny, essentially, right? So like and I also have a tendency to play like the leader type characters, so I do a lot of the interacting with people. So I was intentionally trying to let Tim like take the lead on this, right? He's the tactician, he's like the field general, like telling people what to do and everything. So it's like I was trying to keep my interactions smaller, but it's like I just couldn't help but be an absolute lunatic doctor running around like administering.
Well, I like that was the one character with the plague quotes. Like that's even funny to me.
And so that was I almost said DLC. It was an expansion character, so all the other characters that were being played were like core characters.
Yeah.
This was like released after the fact, so like all of his abilities were a little bit weird by comparison to everybody else's.
Yeah.
So like my character literally couldn't be helped by the tactician. All they do is basically fix people's dice rolls, which is really cool.
Right.
Or he can hurt enemy dice rolls too.
That's cool. That's
So,
a
but
fun
he couldn't do
modifier.
anything for me, basically,
Yeah.
because like my abilities are like, if you look at the rules as written, couldn't be affected by his stuff,
Got it.
basically. But yeah, it was really cool. And it was a super fun campaign. I don't know if you guys would ever play it or not, but like,
We want to try it.
So, but I mean, this particular module, because there's pre-built stories and everything, and but basically we end up accidentally summoning this demon and having to fight it, and it was a good time.
That's cool. You have a bunch of chat to catch up on.
Do I have a bunch of chat?
You have
Oh
a
my
bunch of
gosh.
chat to catch
Oh
up.
my
A bunch
gosh.
of chat.
Okay, so at some point before I started telling that story, Ryan activated the voice changer on us.
Oh, that's funny.
And I said, "You rascal." Let's see, drop is still not working.
The Garfield one was hilarious.
Oh, was it? I'm gonna pull it back up.
Yeah.
What does it say, Chris? I can't read it.
It's a beautiful day, isn't it? And then he looks down, surprised. I'm pathetic.
Poor John.
So Swanky says ice and water are literally the only things in my fridge. Have you been near your fridge in the last 4 months, Swanky?
I hope it's only ice and water and not rotting food.
Yeah, Brad said Dr. Ruth, then Dr.
Oh,
Yep.
funny.
Oh, Ryan did the voice thing again.
Ryan.
What a turd. Oh, there's a bald Snapchat filter.
Bradsworth is going to find you and he is going to...
Cam wrote a good one there, didn't he? Let's see what it
Yeah, he said with a nat 1, I would have personally said that you saw the mark on every single person, including your party. So fortunately, we just got the bums rush.
See, Cam knows what's up. Nat 1, natural roll of a 1. Look at Cam using short-term D&D language.
It said, you should try Palladium sometime. I like the combat system more than D&D. So I also tend to play characters that aren't necessarily good at combat. So I would have died against the demon, except that I got saved by Tim's rolls.
Nice.
Solid.
So he says, I got a fridge in my condo, but I go out to eat every meal, so I don't really use it unless I pick up beer, which I already drank.
Wait, you eat out every meal?
He's a single guy. It's a single guy.
Still, when you were single, you didn't eat out every
He
day.
ate a
You
lot
don't know
of
me.
meals. 2 cheeseburgers at McDonald's happened a lot.
I'm just saying.
I didn't eat out every meal, but
Just saying.
Jeremy's fridge looked pretty barren for a long time.
he's on vacation, Kara.
Well, I mean, now it's understandable.
That's what he's talking about.
Oh, well,
Why would he cook? He's on vacation.
I don't know.
How much longer do you have on vacation, Swanky? I'm curious.
Didn't you say
earned
you're
it.
going to be back by October?
Something like
Because
that.
he talked about coming up here in October. Didn't he?
I may or may not be here by the time October happens.
seriously.
Let's see. Okay, so, all right. We have the monster game.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. I was so excited about telling my story about mimes fighting in a
Yeah, let's
topless
jump to
bar.
the monster game, and then we'll wrap up with the fun stuff.
We still need to figure out if people think Jeremy's jokes are funny or not.
Oh, yeah. So he
run
says
that
he gets
poll? I don't know.
he gets to Cali on October 3rd. So Swanky and Brad could go and fight each other.
Yeah, right.
No, rope climb.
Winner gets to come and visit us.
Rope climb.
Yeah, so you can rope climb better.
Yeah, Brad's
so-
good rope climber. Oh, did we ever tell that story where I was?
I hope
Brad
so, but I'm going
roasted
to
Jeremy.
retell it
Okay.
while you're doing any prep that you need to do.
Yeah.
So we were just out in California in May, and Brad, one of the guys who's watching,
That's
we
what.
went to a beach. We went the big pier that's really famous in California,
Santa Monica Pier.
Santa Monica Pier, and they had this rope climb there. And he's like, "You want to do a rope climb? Me versus you?" I was like, "Absolutely, let's go do it." So we go over there, and there is a girl who may have smoked a little bit too much weed doing the rope climb. And
Devil's lettuce.
She was by her. Was it her and like her friend or her boyfriend was sitting there. And so she comes over and she kind of reacts. Chris wants to watch Brad and I do this rope climb. And so how did you say it?
So she's like, oh, don't. She's like, oh, like being very like shy. Whatever. I was like, don't worry, I'm just getting a front row seat.
So that's what he says to this woman. So she gets shocked and taken aback. Like she's like, oh, like I'm not very good at this or whatever. And he's like, no, I'm just here for a front row seat. As in when she's gone.
Yeah,
there's only 2 ropes. Then Chris is gonna watch us race. So she's like looking at Chris like.
I
the
just
front
felt like
row
a total
seat to watch
creep,
her
like,
climb the rope.
yeah, baby, climb that rope.
It was like her face and her being stoned was even like she was just like really confused. And the guy didn't care. He's
She
like,
wasn't
you
even
know,
from here, was she?
No, she had an accent of some type, unidentifiable, but unimportant to the
It
story.
was just like her face was just burned into my memory from
Well, no,
the
she's
pure
probably
reaction
like
of.
everything I hear about Americans is true. They're all
yeah,
a
I was
bunch
like,
of
look at
dirty
this
scum.
fat, sweaty guy getting a gander at me going up this rope.
Yeah, I'm just here for a front row seat because he didn't clarify for those 2 when they do it.
Oh,
You know.
gosh.
And tip 100 bits to find out who won the rope. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, it
I will
was
give you
definitely
one
not
guess.
Jeremy.
I was gonna be one guess who won that rope climb.
Also, the benefit was of me creeping her out is that they immediately cleared the ropes.
It's
for
true.
you.
She was gone. She's like, nah, dog.
Not rope climbing anymore, so she says. All right, Chris, now you can't see that yet because then we'd be able to see it, right? Yeah, you're going to do that. Got it.
I'm doing that.
All right, he's
So
doing that.
Jeremy and Kara
We're
cannot see
blind.
this. Just for your guys' benefit, I also won't be able to see it because I'm going to be looking at Jeremy and Kara doing the description. But I
You
get
get to look
20
at-
seconds to look at this and remember as many details as possible. And then I get 2 minutes to describe it to Jeremy and Kara to see how well they can draw it. The most accurate rendition of what I saw wins. So I'm going to go ahead and start the timer, and I'm going to look at the card. Okay.
So he's memorizing it.
So I've got 15 seconds. All right. This, oh my gosh. This is the
skill-based,
hardest one yet.
This isn't skill
Oh, it's
based.
hard. He said it's a hard one.
This is accuracy to Chris, not the ability to draw.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Because if it was the ability to draw, I would lose.
Yeah, like Kara is obviously the better artist. Okay, so the clock is starting out. Okay, and so I was attacked by the King of Hearts
Okay.
wearing a Joker hat. In his left hand held up is a bottle of wine. In his right hand held low is a bunch of grapes. The King of Hearts wearing a Joker hat. In his left hand held up is a bottle of wine. In his right hand held low is a bunch of grapes.
What way was the bottle angled? Straight up and down?
Like he's like holding it up, like brandishing it. So he's holding it by like the base. It's held right side up. I'm trying to think if I can think of anything else. I really hope, I'm very confident in what I've said. I really hope that this isn't inaccurate because people can definitely see what the card is. So King of Hearts in a Joker hat, left hand held high, bottle of wine, right hand held low, bunch of grapes. He might be wearing jingly jester shoes. He might not be.
What was in his other hand besides the wine?
Left hand held high, wine. Right hand held low, grapes. I really hope I don't have those backwards either. Like, the more I say it, the less confidence I have that what I saw was accurate. Any other
How much
questions?
time do we have left?
Was he 2D? Was he 2D? Like
38
actually-
seconds left.
Like a playing card?
Yeah, it was the King of Hearts. The King of Hearts incarnate. Jester hat. Bottle of wine held up in the left hand. Bunch
What
of grapes held
corner
low.
was King of Hearts in, upper left or upper right?
God, I don't know. Upper right, probably. I have no idea. Whatever this conventional playing card, I would imagine. Now I think I don't know. 7 seconds left. Any other questions?
Nope. you look happy or mad?
Oh gosh, that's a good question. Happy?
All right.
This is horrible.
Okay. How did I do? Oh, he looks drunk. Oh no!
What?
Okay. Well, hold on. Don't look at it. Let's see your drawings first.
Okay, all right. So, Chris, was this the man that attacked you? Was this the man?
Oh, Jeremy.
What?
The hands are outside of the frame of the card.
No! I'm thinking inside the zone of the playing card.
Well, so here's the thing that I didn't notice.
Interesting.
It's the king on top. It's the queen on the bottom.
Interesting.
So I didn't notice that, but
So this is the border of the playing card. As you can see how talented Kara is. I did everything in the card. The hat, the wine, and the thing. Interesting. So you know when you give kids that you're supposed to tell if you're good at creating instructions?
It's interesting that Kara, every time I say right and left hand, you draw it backwards.
I got the hand orientation correctly, right?
The other thing that the on the octopus, she drew the things in the opposite hands as well. So
but Kara overall is more accurate.
yeah,
You would think as a hygienist, I could figure this out.
So Jeremy did put the King of Hearts symbol on the sides that I told him to. I was wrong about that. Kara was right about what sides the King of Hearts.
You know, I had him, but because I asked, I moved it because I thought it was pertinent.
Yeah, so interesting. Well, Kara definitely wins because she drew everything on the outside, and that's a very important part. I blame myself slightly for not being that clear.
Jeremy, I gave you an eraser.
Oh my goodness! Here I am using a sprinkler to put out, and now I got a fire hose.
Forest fire? Good grief.
It'd take me hours to clear that out. I think just
so
three,
Cam,
three rounds sounds about right.
So
Does that
Cam,
sound right?
was the major detail the fact that the queen was on the bottom?
What am I doing?
I'm curious what the major
You took
detail.
my
I
eraser.
think that would be the major detail that I miss is that this is down here.
I want that one.
Troglodyte. Get out of here. Okay.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So
Kinda fun.
that was that
Kinda
one.
fun. All right.
So in case people are wondering, like this is we have a lot of them to do. There's a whole bunch here. We're not doing them all tonight, but
no. I
Every single one of them.
figure we'll do 3 rounds, and if people go crazy, we could throw in a bonus
All right,
round.
so I'm gonna. Okay, you can't see it. I'm gonna place this and then start the timer. Get it right like that. Okay, and timer started.
Think to do the hands on the outside.
Oh my gosh!
This made sense. Maybe I thought of Alice in Wonderland. Where all the cards,
They have hands.
hands and feet. Yeah.
I thought it was built into the card.
Nope. They've got hands and feet.
Kind of funny though, isn't it?
I got more imagination.
You don't.
Pure imagination.
Oh no!
All right, Chris. Tell us. You were on your way to the grocery store, and this villain
Jumped you in an alley.
mugged an old lady.
I would be terrified. Okay. So it is a snake facing to the left. The head of the snake is an insect face, like a mantis. Growing out of its head is a mushroom. So it's facing left. Insect face, snake body. Out of its head is growing a mushroom. Out of its tail is growing an apple. So there's the classic like snake shape. So imagine, so the snake is facing to the side, like its body comes down and then it kind of goes like into the serpentine shape, right? Where its chest would be is a gaping open mouth, screaming with a parrot sitting on the tongue.
Where was the mouth? It was in the middle?
Mouth is like in the chest. So if the snake is like, you know how the snake like it's like head, then it comes down like into the chest area, and then it goes into the serpentine bit.
Yeah.
It's like where it comes down to like that sort of chest area.
Okay.
Almost that entire thing is a wide open mouth.
Is it looking to the left or to the right?
It's facing the same direction as the snake, so it's all facing left. And it's like screaming open, and I think it's got upper teeth. I can't remember if it has lower teeth or not. There's a tongue with a parrot on it, also facing to the left. I think that's everything I can remember. I really hope that that's all the stuff. Like I had my eyes closed for that because I'm trying to revisualize the card. Snake facing to the left, a mushroom growing out of its head, insect head, like a mantis of some type. mushroom growing out of its head, apple growing out of its tail. Like imagine like the stem of the apple is connected to the tip of the tail.
I don't like bugs, so I'm having a very difficult time drawing a bug.
Imagine Venonat on top of the snake, basically. It's like snake torso, Venonat.
Really?
Essentially, but not fuzzy. Gross bug texture. Okay. Mushroom, apple.
Well, how much time do we have?
Gaping open. That's it.
Oh, well, I guess that's it. All right.
Okay, so I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to bring this back over.
Mine's freaking adorable.
All right, let's see what you guys have drawn.
You would not be scared to run into this.
It's kind of hard to tell. So here is mushroom head, Venonat face, a P-trap to a sink drain for some silly reason, and an apple on the tail over here.
He's got teeth up here. He's got his little parrot.
Teeth.
He's got teeth on the bottom.
All right, so I did explicitly say like the tip of the tail was like the stem of the apple.
Oh, this.
Kara's
I got a
probably
stem.
closer to that than me.
Oh,
Wow.
I see. That's actually kind of cool.
So,
Let me see.
so yeah, it had upper teeth but no lower teeth. So the tongue was the bird head. That's what messed me up.
Oh, mine kind of looks like it's the tongue.
Yeah, Kara's is closer for sure.
It is closer.
This is
didn't
absolute
attack you,
insanity.
is what you're saying.
Yours was not a bad effort.
This is actually a good. I have the drawing group that you sent me, Chris, on YouTube.
Oh,
Drawfee. They do this, don't they?
They do stuff like this, yeah.
I think I've seen one or two where they're told to draw like a Pokemon. A Pokemon is described to them, and so they
Yep, exactly.
draw out the Pokemon. It's actually kind of interesting. It's a good drawing exercise.
So there was that one. That one was drawn initially by Sean.
Okay, we can still see. You got to move it before you flip the card.
Oh, yep. Brad said that was the same snake that got Eve. It had the apple and everything.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta get my 20-second timer ready.
That's a lot of information to remember in 20 seconds.
I feel like
Chris
I'm doing okay.
No, you're doing great.
Knockout job.
Okay, so I'm gonna get this positioned.
This is a fun, this would be a fun to bring to like some party or something.
It would be. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Okay, so starting my timer. Oh my God, what is that? Okay.
Oh my gosh. Your reaction, Chris. What is that?
You're supposed to be memorizing right now.
Okay. Oh no.
Oh no.
All right, timer started. Okay, it is. Just don't draw anything until I'm done sort of describing this. It is an ice cream cone of snakes. It's 3 snakes that, so the swirl of the cone is like their 3 bodies intertwined. And then, they kind of comes up, and then there's a head in the middle and 2 heads off to either side. So it's an ice cream cone of snake swirl with 3 heads coming out, 1 on each side and 1 in the center. The ones on the left and the right are facing to the left and the right, respectively. So if it's on the left, it's facing off the card. If it's on the right, it's facing off the card. The center one is facing us. The outside ones, the left and right ones, have mohawks. The center one has a smoking chimney on his head. All of them have their tongues out, kind of flitting out a little bit. Again, sort of going the same directions, more or less, than the direction that they're facing. So there's 3 snakes in an ice cream cone. Sort of their bodies are the swirl together.
There's 1 in the center, 1 on either side. They're all facing basically the direction. So the one in the center is facing at you. The ones on the left and right are facing to the left and right, respectively. The left and right ones have mohawks. The center one has a smoking chimney instead of a mohawk. And their tongues are out, flitting basically in the same directions that they're facing. It's a waffle cone. It has the hatchy texture of a waffle cone.
It's funny you say that because I did
You did the classic kind of like wedding cake shape one where it's like stem, big disc. It is just a triangular waffle cone. I'm trying to think if there's any other information that I can remember from that.
I am doing terribly at this.
They don't necessarily look happy or sad. They just kind of look like they're there. They might, if they were anything, they might be a little bit happy.
What was the things that were on their heads one more time? Center
Mohawk
chimney?
on the left and the right, smoking chimney. 2 minutes goes by so fast. Okay.
You're drawing still. Stop drawing.
Hold on.
Stop
No,
drawing.
you don't get to draw anymore, Jeremy. You don't get to draw anymore. You're done. You're done.
No.
Okay, you're gonna break it.
All right, let's see.
Do I get an extra 5 seconds of drawing time?
No,
We should
let's see
each
what you
get
drew.
extra 5 seconds.
No, you get nothing. Let's see what you drew.
Jeremy's is, I don't know. They're both kind of.
Oh, I see you just drew the cone over the cone. Okay. Okay, so here is what I
was pressed
saw.
for time.
Oh, that's cool.
They look like Roman mohawks.
Yeah, well, I mean, what does a mohawk look like otherwise?
Like I did a punk mohawk with spikes.
That's the first one I did, but then I thought it looked like a crown, so I did the straight across mohawk.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, just keep those held out. So Jeremy got the texture of the cone, right?
I was going for that. If I would have had that extra 2 seconds that Jeremy had,
Funny.
I could have put the texture in the cone.
Who
Okay,
has two wins?
It's fine.
I think I have to give it to Kara because the texture of the bodies is right. She has the smoking chimney on the head. The only thing Jeremy has that Kara doesn't is the waffle on the cone. And everything else is honestly fairly even in terms of detail, I would say. I think I have to give this one to Kara. I think it's a clean sweep.
Clean sweep.
That was tough. It was close.
So the Kara.
It was very close.
Clean sweep. This game was everything I wanted to be more. It was on sale for $5 off, so I got a deal. It's very Minnesota.
If anybody
of
wants
me
to tip
have
us
talk about.
$5 for having played that, please feel free.
So funny. So funny. Well, that's a good game to just have around. That's really, really fun.
Should we make that like a redeem of some type?
We
Maybe
could do that. We could do that.
Ryan, Brad's gonna kill you.
What happened? What
You
happened in
redeemed
chat?
it.
Oh, yeah,
again?
Ryan did another voice changer.
Is it always the chipmunk one?
That's what I have it set to.
Chris, your drawer is done.
Is it? Let's see how it turned out.
So here's what's fun. I had only ever used my Flash Forge, and we know how loud, or you guys have heard the story of how loud that is. We're going to talk about 3D printing and making stuff in general. We're moving on to the meat and potatoes of this episode. So
For the next 15 minutes.
So over the years, we started watching a guy named Twitch, named Chris Perillo, Loyal Moses, who made the helmet. And they stream and they have their printers right there. And I was like, how do you guys get your printer so quiet? Well, 3D printer technology has even advanced so much further than when I had started 3D printing.
Can you put a new motherboard in it to make it quiet?
Chris and I were talking about that. We want to see if we can make the Flash Forge more quieter.
Yeah.
And so Chris has now been printing right there. And before, I could hear the printer playing his day, and I couldn't hear it at all from over here. So Chris, you want to show this off what you're building? So just one of the many. I know people can't hear me. One of the many projects that we have going on right now. Oh, this drawer came out literally perfect. That is awesome. Okay, so this Chris printed, and he is going to be printing it full of drawers. How many hours is the box itself, Chris?
The box is 26 hours.
26 hours to have this printed. That is impressive.
Although I've heard in the world of 3D printing, it's once you get into 2 or 3 day prints that people are like, oh, that's a long print.
Well, that's what I was doing for Jeremy's clone armor for sure.
That's insane. I'm
So-
so impatient. Okay.
Chris,
continue.
this box came out really well. There's one spot of under extrusion. That's it.
You think I should just fire up another one, or?
Might as well. You're going to print more. That's the right size.
Are you talking about
Yep, just that little tiny spot.
a little bit right
So
there?
what I might end up doing is as I print these out, because in some drawers it's the perfect size. There's a couple that's still a little bit long because of the weird bowed nature of
Yeah,
it.
yep.
If you put it out towards the edge, it might stick out a little bit. So I might even go in and custom make shorter ones still yet.
Just make it a couple millimeters shorter.
Yeah, so it'll.
Chris you have a metric nut and bolt kit.
Yeah.
So for example, one of the problems with the store-bought nut and bolt kit is it's like a fit tackle box, except the middle dividers don't go all the way up to the lid. So if you shake it or it gets tossed around, they're all gonna get mixed together. They know all your sizes. Something like this, just simple, quick, you make it home. It is probably cheaper. Storage devices, even at Harbor Freight, are kind of expensive. So it's kind of a nice thing to do. I have one that looks like a sci-fi one, but we have been printing and making projects like a madman. So you have been referred to before as Cam's uncle. So Cam's uncle has been trying to make a new project. So we've been helping 3D print some stuff for this project that he's working on. And there was, he sent me the list and I threw everything onto my printer and I'm looking and it was like, wow, there's like over 30 pieces. How can we get this printed in a quick amount of time? I think we can do it. So Chris, David, myself, Kara have all been firing up our printers and keeping them going. And we've got everything almost done in the nick of time. It went way faster than I thought it was, but it was a really fun project. I can't wait to see how this thing comes together. And if it's really cool, I kind of want to build one.
Heck.
You want to say what it is?
Yeah, we can say what it is. Yeah, we can say what it is. So it's a do-it-yourself, like tabletop CNC machine.
Cool.
And so it uses metal conduit piping, and then you mount a DeWalt, or you could use a Makita, I think is the other one, router, and you mount it on there, and then you take a ostensibly 3D printing motherboard, slap some firmware on that thing, and yeah, it rolls up and down the table. You can set the X and Y axis, and it'll cut stuff out of wood, cut stuff out of metal. You can put a laser on it because Kara's wanted a laser.
I've been wanting a laser printer.
And you can put any tool head you want to mount on it. You can mount on it, which is really neat.
You can put like a whipped cream can in there and you can just do like cool whipped cream designs.
Okay. There is a chocolate 3D printer that I want. Oh, now I got a mullet. Now I got the mullet, but I'm completely bald up front. Anyway, there's a chocolate 3D printer that I want so bad. It 3D prints chocolate.
Maybe for your birthday next year.
Yeah, Jeremy. Christmas.
Christmas too soon.
Well,
The look of disappointment in your face.
Kara absolutely loves. So Chip's first birthday party was themed Winnie the Pooh.
Winnie the Pooh.
And this year we're trying to decide between Hot Wheels and dinosaurs.
I am going to do
Darkwing
Hot Wheels
Duck.
and dinosaurs.
Darkwing
You
Duck.
can.
Darkwing Duck.
You gotta be-
Darkwing Duck. Darkwing
When he's a little older, we'll talk about it.
Darkwing Duck.
You can do dinosaurs and Hot Wheels.
No, do one or the other, because then the next year you do the other one.
What if he doesn't like either of them by the time he's 3?
Well, that's true.
We're not talking about 3, we're talking about 2. Oh, yeah.
If we save one. That'd
It's going to be
Kara's
both.
luck.
It's going to be both. We're going to get little dinosaurs and put them in the Hot Wheels.
So if Kara had the chocolate printer, she could print her own 3D, like chocolate cars or dinosaurs with mohawks riding around in Hot Wheels cars.
Yep.
But anyways, so Cam's uncle. Now, I talk about this last week on the podcast and the issue of, or do you want to do the reveal? You can do the reveal. You were holding on to it. Let me know, reach out to me, because we're going to have a limited number run for the first amount of these. I've been mentally keeping track of everybody who's like here tonight. I'm sure would probably have some interest. And we have other people like Frankie and Gabe in Puerto Rico would probably love one of these. Kara, show them the... Oh, no, Teddy. Is that a new one?
Yeah, well, so like you said, just need a beard now, so.
You did not. That's so funny.
So I just looked one up.
Should I show it off? Oh. Now date me.
Drum roll. Brrr. Do you have a drum roll on your soundboard?
How am I going to do this with my beard? Oops.
So look at that. That is
There's
a
the texture. That texture is
piece
sick.
of Beskar from the Mandalorian.
With the
but-
Rise the Podcast logo.
But instead of the Imperial cog,
This is the most ridiculous reveal ever. I'm just going to say.
is.
Just take in the context of what's happening.
It's like... And it doesn't go away?
Brad said he was in prison with a guy that looked like Kara.
It's still not gone
It
yet.
tracks the eyeballs. I don't know. There we go. Back on Jeremy. Anyway. This thing is awesome. It's heavy.
So freaking cool.
I'm gonna do what should I do, a close-up on a close-up or on the...
Yeah, just go ahead and bring it into the...
Okay, can we turn off the beard?
Yeah. Yep. There you go.
That is amazing.
The detail and the watermarks of like the casting of the Beskar ingot.
The detail on the surface actually plays so much better on the camera. Like, it looks cool in person, but like on the camera, it's just like, shining through.
I don't even hear me, but you can hear you. Oh, anyways, I can't believe when Cam's uncle handed me this tonight. It was just Something I won't forget. It's something I won't forget. Being someone who's worked with plastic for so long, actually being able to reproduce something you love and cherish in metal is just the coolest thing to me.
It's ridiculous.
We talked about the shape and the design, and he's like, it didn't feel right, so we made it a little bit bigger, and I just made the absolutely right call. I mean, it just looks, imagine, there's going to be
it weighs like 1 trillion pounds. It's so
hefty.
dense.
A stack of, well, we're just so used to plastic, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, but imagine a stack of these, and they make.
Cam says the pattern is awesome, by the way.
It is incredible.
The pattern is amazing.
They make that ice cream container thing that he had him in. They make that. We could make that as a display piece, but even just for one, right? Like we could make it and then have the inside be angled ever so slightly.
Yeah, like a little show-off case.
Yeah, a little show-off case, and just have it sitting there on set. Yeah, people aren't gonna believe this when they see it in person. So
it's amazing.
If you want one of these, the first run is gonna be 20, and that is gonna be, they're gonna be numbered. Reach out to us. You can't pick your number.
One is claimed.
But even then, Kara and I are gonna take 2 and 8 because 20 and 8's my jam. Anyways, reach out to us, and we're gonna hook people up with these as just a thing that we do. And for watching for as long as you guys all have, I'm going to post them. And I know like Brad, Swanky, Chris, Cam, I don't have to mail to. See him in person. But these are incredible. And I can't wait to see what other cool things that we continue making in the future, because it's just been what we've already been able to do so far is really, really cool. So thank you for that. That's absolutely brilliant. Being involved in the manufacturing process is just something I've always enjoyed. And like I said, when we first got down to the space, we were like tinkering and stuff like that. And you can see all of the props we printed, like, gold C3PO,
Gold
Pokeballs. Well, gold and gold C3PO.
And gold
one,
C3PO.
Gold 2, and gold C3PO. And all the Darth Vader busts. Like,
We still need one that's got a red arm.
It's not
And a silver leg.
set, but Chris made his own DL-44 Han Solo's blaster.
So I knocked that over today, and I broke a different part of the scope off.
No.
You did not.
That was collateral damage with the Nerf gun, wasn't it, at one point?
Yes, it was. It got shot by a Nerf gun.
Yeah, the big part of the scope came off.
Oh, who redeemed IMDb game? Oh, Jeremy.
This was 3. Everybody on set has already seen it.
Yeah, so it's just the back part of the scope I accidentally knocked off. Because, like, I was moving that rolly chair, and I bumped it into the stand that has my projector on it. And the thing fell down in the back part of the... so I can glue it back on, but...
If Final Destination was a physical object, it'd be that.
Yeah, that thing
doesn't
is hit
matter
the...
where it is, it takes collateral damage.
Yep. That thing has bitten the dust several times. It has been shot multiple times with darts.
It's crazy. Okay, so we'll take a quick pause. Somebody did redeemed.
Yep, Ryan redeemed the IMDb game. So that is that not playing the music for some reason right now?
What did Cam say?
Oh, he's making his guess for the IMDb game.
Got it.
Give me 1 second. Things are gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna go into the game real quick and try and fix the audio. All right, I don't think that it's playing. Okay, well, whatever. You don't get the IMDb game music. Sorry.
All right, so Chris, explain the IMDb game.
All right, so for those of you who do not know, the IMDb game works as such. We pick an actor or actress and use IMDb's listed credits as actor to compare against Sean Connery. So in this circumstance, Arnold Schwarzenegger was chosen by Ryan.
Nice.
So it is our job to determine whether or not Arnold Schwarzenegger has appeared in more films or fewer films than screen legend Sean Connery. To maintain the integrity of the game, not going to IMDb and looking up how many things Sean Connery has been in is imperative, but if you want to be a cheater, you can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to go to IMDb. I'm going to double check Sean Connery because it's been a hot minute. What? I don't have to spell Connery.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, not Sean Connolly, Sean Connery. Silly game.
My initial gut instinct, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, okay.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has
Less?
been in more.
Really?
Yes.
My initial thought is less.
He was one of the biggest actors in the mid-90s. Wasn't he the so there was obviously somebody who had the highest paid role. Then didn't Arnold take that away as the most highest paid actor
Yeah.
at one point?
Yes, he was the highest paid actor. Whoa, this is a picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my
that's
goodness.
nice.
Funny. Anyway, so what are you guys going with? Oh, interesting.
I'm gonna say more.
He's appeared in more, you're saying?
I'm gonna go less.
You're going less?
I like a good split.
Oh, so Ryan says it is playing the music, even though it's not metering. Ryan's saying more. Cam is saying less. More, less?
Less.
All
Or
right.
less. We're in agreement over there as less as well.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has appeared in fewer films.
Way. Get out of here. Was it close? You don't have to say numbers.
Honestly, not particularly.
Really?
So there you go. That is the IMDb game.
I really thought Jingle All the Way would have just put him,
Yeah, that counts for like 50 on its own.
that just put him over. How do you top that movie?
Jingle All the Way is next. I did watch it around Christmas time last year.
I've not watched that one in a while.
Jeremy is a Scrooge when it comes to Christmas movies. So
Well,
I have to watch them without Jeremy.
I mean, so here's what you need to watch. So Die Hard, Ernest
Yep.
Saves Christmas, Lethal Weapon. First Lethal Weapon set around Christmas. Other Christmas movies.
The Grinch, Rudolph,
I do love my Home Alone.
Home Alone,
Home Alone, The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Santa Claus.
The Santa Claus is
Santa Claus is worth watching. That's like the first actual Christmas movie. That's
White
about the extent of.
Christmas,
what's that?
Holiday Inn.
Nope. Boo. Those aren't.
It's a Wonderful Life.
No.
See? They know what's up.
No, what? Why am I put on a timeout on the end?
Because you
sorry,
don't like
Jeremy.
White Christmas, Holiday Inn, It's a Wonderful Life.
Bring
Leave.
me my shelf while you're getting up.
I'm just saying, Jeremy's a Scrooge. So I had to watch it myself.
Have you had to do a movie review recently?
No, nobody's gotten a spin for a movie review. Last night it was.
Swanky says Gremlins.
You guys are weird.
Cam says his fame comes from bodybuilding in his political career.
Frosty
more
the
so than
Snowman.
other films, yeah. What's that?
Frosty the Snowman.
The animated one? Mm-hmm. I mean, I guess I've seen it so many times that I don't have any need
What
to see
was
it.
the one you guys what was the one you guys wanted to watch last year, 2 years ago? You guys were like,
Oh, Fat Man.
yes, and it's where Santa's like
Mel Gibson is Santa and he's like killing people. Like,
he's an assassin, and like
did you watch it?
no, we didn't. But there was like a little boy who was like, I didn't want this.
a
man."
little boy wishes for Santa to get takes out a hit on Santa Claus.
That's right. That's what it is.
So, did you watch it?
No, but
I haven't watched it. Ryan says that it's decent. I think.
Okay, here's what we do. We actually watch it, and I do a movie review on it
Should we do
around
it-
Christmas time.
Around Christmas time? Okay. The Rise of the Podcast Holiday Special. We should watch the Star Wars Holiday Special, actually, and do a review on that. A good and bad. A Star Wars good and bad on the Holiday Special.
I think it's gonna be more bad than good.
There's probably good things in there, like Harrison Ford's in it.
Justin did a review of it.
Jeremy, you're on timeout.
I and Kristen having a conversation.
You are on timeout.
I literally am on timeout. There's a timeout in the corner. It's a redeem.
People can tell Jeremy to leave the set. Cam says, I'll cheer 500 bits for a movie review. Just let us know what you want us to have Kara watch. The plebes can try to do the wheel spin.
Here's the thing, Cam. I feel like you haven't steered me wrong when it comes to movies yet. So
He hasn't, because he's on back. He's done.
it was
Maybe
Chef.
you don't want to be back yet.
Right. He did the
Chef.
the movie theater.
The Majestic.
One. Majestic.
Yep, those are the two.
Feel free to use your own microphone.
He wasn't the one to make me watch stupid Surf Ninjas.
Surf Ninjas was
Why are you
Surf-
so angry about that? It's
It
a
was-
good movie.
When was the last time you watched it?
Yesterday.
Who just sent me a
Lies.
message about Surf Ninjas? Somebody sent me a message and it was nominated for some.
Worst movie ever?
It might have been nominated for a poor movie in the
Yep.
past.
Who was I talking to that had watched it and they were reminiscing about needing to rewatch it? Yesterday. Was it yesterday? Did we do anything yesterday?
Was it your parents?
No.
I don't remember.
I don't remember. I was talking to somebody and they're like, "Oh, I need to do a rewatch." And I was like, it was Josh. Mimi's Josh.
Oh, of Surf Ninjas?
Yeah, we were talking about how I do movie reviews for the podcast, and I was like, I told them the ones I had reviewed, and I told them that I had to review Surf Ninjas, and Josh was like, Surf Ninjas? He's like, I need to rewatch that. And I was like, when was the last time you watched it? And he was like, probably 30 years ago. And I was like, be prepared to have your brain melted.
So I went back and rewatched. I didn't watch 1, but I rewatched Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 and 3. And 2 is better than I was giving it credit for. And I wasn't saying that it was bad. It's definitely not as good as 1, but it's still pretty good.
Yeah.
3 also better than I remember it, honestly.
Oh.
I was like, I remember being like, whatever, but it's not anywhere close to the first 2.
Yeah.
No.
But it's not anywhere as like
It's
if
not
1
Surf
is like an
Ninjas.
8.5, 2 is like an 8, and 3 is like a 7 to me.
Cam said The Legend of Beggar Vance. Haven't you not seen that?
No,
You haven't seen
Is that the one with Will Smith?
Yeah, yes.
I've not seen that one.
I must now turn to the internet and see
Where do we watch it?
the Legend
of Beggar
of
Vance.
Beggar Vance. It's from 2000.
Okay.
It does have Will Smith in it. Keep his wife's name out of your mouth.
You just went there. Swanky's never seen it either.
Hulu. You can watch it on Hulu.
Okay.
Perfect.
Cool.
Speaking of, okay, before I wrap up, Chris, I'm assuming you have not watched episode 50 of season 4 of Gumball.
Nope, I haven't. I have not logged into Hulu yet. Even
When you do watch it, it's just the whole episode is from the point of view of their local news channel, and it will resonate with you because of your job.
okay.
The whole entire thing.
It's funny.
It's amazing.
All right. So do we want to raid Vile Mods? I think they're on right now.
Is Vile Mods on?
We have been trying to raid Vile Mods, and we always end up raiding somebody else.
Yeah, take that, Dave.
Dave.
All right, so I'm gonna get the raid ready. All right.
Who is the Vision?
Kiko Vision, we are live. Brad said, I was once in a convent with a girl that looked like Jeremy. Brad is full of stories that never happened.
Oh, Brad.
So, anyway.
Who's Kiko Vision?
They've been here before.
Yeah.
Are they streaming?
Are they? I don't know. Are they streaming? That's a good question.
Well, they're here, so I'm assuming no.
Or is
Yeah,
Kiko
it's like,
Vision?
well, if they're streaming, why would they be on our stream? That's a good question.
We live. Do they realize that we're live?
Yeah, I think it's a reference to something.
Oh.
So anyway, we're about to be done being live.
Melted
Got
Jeremy's
it.
brain
Got
there,
it.
Kiko
Yeah,
Vision.
like
Kiko, you
what a
broke
time
You
to
broke
have
him.
everything
You broke
fall
my
apart right at
husband.
the end. As well as Jeremy falling apart, we would like to apologize to the audio-only listeners, as everything that we've done here tonight has not translated well to those just listening. But actually, the monster game probably worked. You could probably visualize in your mind's eye
As well as we
the
visualized.
exact monster that was being described. But for those of you that were not able to do so, I apologize. That being said, you can join us live every Saturday night at 7 p.m. on twitch.tv/Rise of the Podcast. Hang out, contribute, make random suggestions, spin the wheel, all those funny things. You can also go to youtube.com/Rise of the Podcast and catch all of our old episodes and interact with us some more there. Don't forget to comment if you're watching on YouTube. Don't forget to comment down below with with your favorite Star Wars monster that may or may not have made the list. And also don't forget to like and subscribe while you're over there. Make sure that you show the world that it's content that needs to continue to be made. All of that said, thanks everybody for joining us tonight. I had a really good time. Jeremy and Kara were here. Anyway, thank you everybody so much for watching, and of course,
May the force be with you.